What happens when Washington decides DEI isn't branding, it's fraud? The False Claims Act is one of the most aggressive enforcement tools the federal government possesses. It's the statute used to dismantle Medicare fraud, punish defense contract overbilling, and shut down schemes that siphon money from federal programs. It carries massive penalties, treble damages, and the threat of criminal exposure. That same law is now being aimed at corporate DEI programs. Companies with federal contracts, that includes Google and Verizon, are being contacted and told to account for their hiring, promotion, and training practices. If a company certifies compliance with non-discrimination law to receive federal money, but internally uses race-based criteria, the DOJ can argue that the certification itself is fraudulent. That's not a policy debate, it's a legal escalation with teeth. For years, DEI lived in the realm of corporate messaging. It was a way to signal virtue without facing consequences. But when federal dollars are involved, the rules change, and the DOJ is making it clear the era of symbolic compliance is over. Now, critics will frame this as ideological warfare, and supporters will call it overdue enforcement of civil rights law. But beneath the politics is a simple reality. If you take federal money, you're accountable to federal law. And if your paperwork says one thing while your internal practices say another, the government doesn't need a conversation, it needs a case file. And here's where the shift becomes immediate. This move forces corporations to rewrite policy overnight. Because the moment the False Claims Act enters the picture, every HR department with a federal contract has to reassess its entire DEI structure. Not next year, not next quarter, but now. And the risk isn't abstract. The False Claim Act empowers whistleblowers inside these companies to file suits themselves and collect a percentage of the payout if the government wins. That means every compliance officer, every HR staffer, every employee who sees something questionable suddenly has a financial incentive to report it. This isn't a gesture, it's enforcement and it's leverage, and it marks the moment DEI stopped being a corporate slogan and became a legal liability. Dispatches continue at 11.